there, Pamela Worth here with Healing Tree Natural Health Improvement Center in Whitehall, Michigan. And hey, it is February this month, and in a few days it will be Valentine's Day. So I had a great idea. I thought, why don't I invite my husband to come on board and we could talk to you about the heart. So this is my husband, Jeffrey Worth. He is the practice manager here at Healing Tree Natural Health Improvement Center. He has his master's degree in engineering and he develops healthcare products. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the heart. My grandpa on my mom's side loved him very, very much, and he was a janitor, and one day they just found him on the ground. And at the young age, I think he may have just turned 65, maybe. I just remember him being 64, close to 65, close to retiring. And he died of a heart attack, and pretty darn young. And so, what about your grandpa?
Well, that happened to be a very traumatic time in my life. I was 8 years old, and my grandfather at the time, I believe, was 66. And we had no idea that he may have had heart problems. I never heard my grandfather or my grandmother or my parents talk about anything of the sort. But what happened is we went over there, and it happened to be my grandmother's birthday. And it was a birthday party, and it was a nice day. It was in the summer. And my grandfather and I went out to throw the ball around. So we were playing catch, and we were out there for an hour or two. And then we had dinner. And then my grandfather was starting to not feel well. And so he asked to lay down. And then, and this is the part that really stuck with me, and I can still see it today, my grandfather started experiencing a heart attack. And I remember my father bending over to give him mouth to mouth to help him breathe better and so forth. Well, he ended up passing. And that was really quite an experience for me. It affected me down deep, and I remember crying my eyes out. And but that had to do with our friend the heart.
Yeah. So I am certain that a lot of you who are watching this have had similar experiences in your family, and hopefully this little video will help you if you have any concerns for your own life or for someone that you love. So the heart itself, we find it to be a magnificent muscle.
Right,
Yeah.
and
Incredible muscle.
Incredible muscle. Who do you know that can work 24 hours a day, and the only thing it asks in payment is food and some oxygen, of course. But it's pumping and pumping and pumping at a rate of 100,000 beats per day. And it's pushing this blood through 60,000 miles of blood vessels. Can you even imagine that? And it never stops. I mean, 10, 20, 30, 60, 70, 80 years, non-stop. So you can see how that organ is probably, if not the most important organ in the body. And especially nowadays, like the importance of pushing that blood like into the lungs.
Right.
You know, today, because of what's happening in our society and environmentally, our lungs are really needing help, and that starts with the heart pushing blood through the lungs to oxygenate the whole body.
Right, having a very strong heart is vital today, and for just your own pleasure in life. I have clients who, one client in particular, I did a success story, and he was talking about his riding a bicycle and how when he came in, heart showed up, and we worked on that, and before he knew it, he was able to ride his bike with no difficulty much further than he had in the past. And so it's so important on all aspects of life to have a strong heart. And so the sad thing about this whole thing is that what's the number one killer in the globe? What's the number one killer?
Heart disease.
Heart disease is the number one killer. That's quite amazing. And so how many, you know some stats on that.
Yeah, 1 in 3 adults. That's 1 in 3. That's a third of us.
Yeah, right.
They're getting affected by heart disease. And they say as far as the number of people dying from this, it's happening at a rate of 2 every minute.
2 every minute. Yeah, 2 every minute.
And the cost, the medical cost behind this, it's an amazing number. It's like $380 billion, which is greater than the budget of a lot of small countries. So it's amazing. It's immense.
Right. So we have a stat. It's 18.6 million people die annually from heart disease. That's a lot of people dying every year.
And what's amazing, I think that a lot of people don't even know, like my grandfather, that they may be having heart and circulatory problems.
Right.
I mean, some of the symptoms, and again, we're not saying this to scare you, but just to help you be conscious of maybe this might be an issue for you. I mean, do you have of course, the obvious one is chest pains, and or shortness of breath. Possibly, is there any general weakness? For example, are you going out for a walk, even to the mailbox, and you're just not feeling up to it anymore? Can you think of a few?
I can. Erectile dysfunction. Let's talk about that.
Maybe later.
But that's heart. And so other things are rapid or irregular heartbeats. And sometimes people associate cholesterol and blood pressure with heart. In nutrition response testing, sometimes we find other things, but those are some. Indigestion. Did you say indigestion?
No,
Heartburn.
I didn't. No.
Some of those things are common symptoms, but I'll tell you, I don't know that my grandpa was suffering anything that we knew of, because I don't think he knew what to look for, and
Or to complain about. Right.
Right.
I mean, are any of these things ruining your life? I mean, just take my grandfather. You know, he was out playing with his grandkid, and is something happening with your heart preventing you from living a full life? Are you wanting to go out and, it's Valentine's Day. You want to go out dancing, you want to have dinner, or are you just going to sit at home because you're too tired to go out? Indigestion. I mean, is this a problem with you, all night, or that feeling of indigestion? And is it really something going on with your heart?
So with nutrition response testing, we don't diagnose or treat any symptom, but what we are able to do here is we're able to find the core issue. We're able to find out what is affecting that area of your body, whether it's heavy metals, toxic chemicals, foods, immune challenges, scars, even sometimes vaccines. And so we're able to find out what's affecting your body, and we're able to find out what it is that your body is asking for, so that it can get itself more toward optimal health. And so we have another tool in our office, in addition to nutrition response testing, that really marries nicely. And so that is called our heart sound recorder. So Jeffrey is the one in our office who performs the heart sound recorder. And so why don't you tell them what that is?
The heart sound recorder is a low risk, non-invasive instrument It actually listens to the sounds of the heart. And what it does is, without going into all the technical details, it actually pinpoints where the heart has nutritional deficiencies that we can then correct using nutrition response testing.
It's quite a nice combination.
Yeah, it is. In the last year, we've really had a lot of success stories with the heart sound recorder and nutrition response testing.
Absolutely. Like we said, heart disease is the #1 killer globally. And so very important to take note of that. And if you know anybody, or if you yourself have concern about your heart, maybe someone in your family has died like our grandfathers did, and that puts you on hyper alert. And again, with today's environment, the heart is in charge of the strength of the lung to a large degree. And we know that having strong, healthy lungs is most important. And so many reasons for the necessity of a strong heart. Life in general, joy, having strength, your love life, all sorts of things, having calm legs, having a good flow of healthy blood through your body is so important. So if you or anyone you know or love has any concern about their heart, give us a call here at Healing Tree Natural Health Improvement Center. Our number is 231-260-2572. You can find us on the web at www.healingtreenhic.com. And we would be happy to give you a heart sound recorder session. We would be happy to do an initial consultation and give you a report of findings. And we would love to hear from you. So thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed our little heart session, and take good care. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day.